Okay, so we've had Uxbridge here today, and if you're watching this, just listen how many times we say it was a game of two halves. But Tim, first of all, the two Joes came in.
Yeah, obviously Fletch got a bit of a groin niggle, so hopefully shouldn't be out for too long. So that's good news, having had a scan during the week. And then Lewis Williams not with us today, but he'll be back during the week and back for next week as well. So a couple of enforced changes, but I think they both obviously did very, very well when they came on Tuesday and thoroughly deserved their starts today.
And we played really, really well first half.
Yeah, just all over it. Just as we were Tuesday night, just on the front foot, winning all the second balls, dealing with the long direct balls that we knew were going to come from them. And then, creating chances as well, probably you wanted that second goal to give you a bit of a cushion, and actually probably obviously needed the third one as well. But really good performance first half, and we knew that they were going to have a reaction second half, but pleasing to obviously go in at 2-0.
Joe Smith scores goals, and he did on the 13th minute, although I think it seemed to be a bit of a bobble, was it?
Joe Smith scores all sorts of goals. It was actually a really good team goal, good build-up. She was a great ball in the box. Josh McCoy, getting himself in that area as well, and did the right thing laying it off to Joe, and Joe obviously tried to whack it as hard as he can, and it went in obviously at about half a mile an hour, and the keeper had already gone. So it doesn't matter how they go in, as long as they do go in. And it was a good start. You need to score when you're on top.
And the second goal came on 30 minutes. It was a free kick. Joe Ryan floated a beautiful ball in, and Josh Carmichael, lovely header.
Yeah, I'll take a bit of credit for that. The one before, when Josh or Shuey took it, I told him the next one to let Joe have it and to go and attack it, and it paid off perfectly. It was a great late run from him, and the keeper was all at sea by the time he got there, and no less than what we deserved at that point. So just needed to try and take that and go into the second half.
First half, Uxbridge had no attempts on goal, Tim. Okay, so second half, they made a change straight away, and they were a different side.
Yeah, and we spoke at half time saying, there was going to be a reaction, that we knew they were unhappy on the bench, and you can see that with the 3 substitutions at half time. But actually, for us, it was about riding out that first 10-15 minutes. It's unfortunate what happened to Drew. Same lad obviously got scoring later on as well, but disappointing then not to regroup quickly enough and deal with the set piece. Conceding set piece is a massive bugbear of mine. So really disappointed with that. But it was exactly the lift that we said we couldn't afford to give them. And after that, we just didn't react well enough for me.
So it was 2-1 on 50 minutes, and then Uxbridge, to me, seemed to have the momentum behind them, and they got a penalty on 73 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a strange one because Jacko's pretty adamant it hit his body, but it's the wrong side of the ref, but he's seen it. He's told me his arm's kind of next to his body. Surely that's a natural position. I don't see how it can be any more natural than that. Just frustrating because I think there were probably a couple of good penalty shouts for us. But ultimately we weren't playing well enough. We weren't on top. I think a few had gone into their shell, which hasn't happened since, kind of way back when last season, and something that, we can't afford to let happen again. That will be nipped in the bud nice and early, because we need our leaders to lead. We need everyone to lead, and the young lads can't be brilliant 1 minute, and we're going to get it, but they need to find that consistency, and they thoroughly deserve to get back in the game, and it's a disappointing angle for us to look at it from.
Yep. So in the end, are we pleased with the point?
Point's the point. I think we finished quite strong, to be fair. Frustrating not to have the corner at the end as well, because I think we were well on top by then. But it's we'll take some positives out of it. The first half obviously, and a couple of good goals in there. But we're coming towards what is going to be a really tough weekend against again 2 of the favourites to be right up there, and it gives us a chance to reset again this week. Take that point in the bag. You look at scores around the league; they're all over the place at the moment, and that's going to happen for the first 10 games. And we just need to make sure that we focus on ourselves and really kind of build up some consistency.
Okay, so it's Farnham away next Saturday, and then the derby against Weymouth on Bank Holiday Monday. As always, Tim, thanks for chatting to us.